Hey everybody, it's Andrew Fazekas, live here from Montreal, Canada, trying to get my thing to work. I don't know why it's not working. Let's see if I can get this to work here. There we are. Hey guys, Andrew Fazekas, Night Sky Guy here for December 19th. I can't believe it. We're almost at the end of the year. Here we are heading towards traditional holiday season, turning into a new year soon. Maybe you're going to get a new telescope. Are you hoping for a new pair of binoculars maybe? Who knows? But if you are interested in skywatching, this is a great show for you, because if you're new to the hobby, or maybe you're looking to rekindle your interest in the night sky, I like to share things that are fairly easy to see for casual sky watchers, even if you're just maybe walking your dog, or you're at the bus stop waiting for the bus and you see something in the sky and you're wondering what that little dot in the sky is. Well, maybe I can help you out, and maybe also share some ideas of what you can use your pair of binoculars and telescopes to look at in the sky. There's always something interesting. Why don't we dive in? So here is the night sky. Let me just get that in here for you. There we are. This is the sky setup for this week, just after sunset, looking in the southwest. And particularly on December 21st. So this coming up Wednesday. It's going to be neat because the planet Mercury is going to be the highest in our sky, sunset skies, and giving us the best views for sky watchers. Mercury is the innermost planet, of course, closest to the sun, and is usually very challenging, really, to see with the naked eye, except when it moves as far away as possible from our line of sight. And that's what you're going to see with Mercury. On Wednesday, after sunset, I would say about 20 minutes to 40 minutes after sunset is when it's going to be dark enough for you to spot it with the naked eye. What will help, definitely, will be the planet Venus. Venus will be, of course, much brighter than Mercury, and will be a great guidepost in searching for Mercury. And if you have a pair of binoculars, that'll make it that much easier. Train those binoculars on Venus, low in the southwestern sky, and you'll be able to see little Mercury. Now, why is it where it is right now? Let's look at the orbiting kind of magical view from above the solar system. Here we are. We're kind of zooming in on Mercury. Now we're going to zoom out. And we're going to pretend we're above the plane of the solar system, and you'll see what I mean. That orange line crossing Mercury, that's the track it follows around the sun. And here you can see what it looks like above the solar system, the plane of the solar system. There's Earth, our planet, and right, we're looking out into the night sky, looking from our vantage point. Here is Earth, and you can see where the sun is, and where Venus is, and Mercury. Remember what I showed you on the sky map? Venus and Mercury are fairly close together. Venus is a little bit closer to the sun, right, after sunset, following the sun. And it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? If you look at this vantage point of where Earth is, where Mercury is, where the sun is, you can see all of them kind of coming together very, very nicely in one part of the sky. And this really does make sense, doesn't it? If you see how Mercury is compared to the sun right there. And there is Venus. So this is why, see how far away the Mercury looks like from the sun? That is why it's the best time to see planet Mercury, because it's the farthest away from the sun. From our vantage point, Earth. That's where all our sky watchers are. All of us are viewing from here. So if we go back to our sky view, there it is. There's Venus. You can see it's closer to where the sun is, just below the horizon here. And there is Mercury right there next to Venus. So check that out. Venus is at its best viewing in the evening sky on December 21st, this Wednesday officially. Now, if you have, of course, a small telescope, then you can actually see it look like a disk. And look at this. It'll be very interesting through a telescope. Look what it looks like. You see that? It looks like a waxing gibbous moon, a little bit past what a quarter moon would look like, but in a very tiny miniature version. You have to use high magnification through a small telescope to see this view, but it is worth it because it's really something surprising to many to actually see that dot that looks like a dot to the naked eye turn into this disc-like view through a small telescope. And you don't need a fancy telescope at all for this, by the way. A small one will work. Just use a high magnification, changing out your ocular, your eyepiece, and you'll be able to see that. And a good guidepost is Venus right there. Now, what else is happening in the skies? There's actually a, believe it or not, there is a meteor shower. You probably hear my doggy barking. Somebody's at the door. But here is where the meteor shower is in the evening sky. So this is Thursday, I would say Thursday in the evening, once darkness sets, is a good time. Also Thursday before pre-dawn hours. So early Thursday morning, for those of you that are super early birds, willing to get up, say at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to look at it, or most of us want more civilized sky watching times, and that will be after darkness falls on Thursday evening. And this is the Ursid meteor shower. I'll make it a little bit darker here so you can see. It's a very modest celestial event. We're talking about 5 to 15 shooting stars per hour during peak time, which is, again, this Thursday, December 21st. And as the name Ursids imply, the radiant of it, where all the shooting stars seem to be radiating out from, is the namesake constellation Ursa Minor, right? Ursa Minor is the little bear. You can see it in this image. And of course, the claim to fame for Ursa Minor, what it would be, is Polaris, the North Star. That is where the North Star is. It's actually the tail end of the Ursa Minor, the little bears. The end of its tail is marked by Polaris, the North Star. And this is the region of the sky that you want to look towards, where the meteors seem to be radiating out from. So this is an image showing us what the sky would look like around supper time, around 6, 7 o'clock, mid-northern latitude. For those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, this is really, you got a ringside seat for this, a great show. Those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, you're probably out of luck because this is so far north in the northern sky. It's very close to the North Pole, polar region of the sky. So near the star Polaris right there. You can see it. I'll mark it off right there. Polaris, the North Star. So this is looking towards the north, and that is where the Ursid meteor shower appears to radiate out from. Don't expect a lot, maybe 5 to 15 shooting stars during Thursday night. Try to find a spot with no light pollution. What's really good, Mother Nature is going to be fantastically working for us because the moon is a new phase, very close to new phase. So no moon in the sky, dark skies, perfect to see even the fainter shooting stars of the Ursid meteor shower, annually occurring, peaking every year on December 21st. So mark that on your calendar. Look for meteors, make some wishes on Thursday, either in the pre-dawn hours on Thursday, or more of us will probably be in the evening time. Once darkness falls into the late night, look for shooting stars coming out from the Little Bear constellation. So that's something to look forward to. But the moon will return into our skies. And of course, let's not forget, before I talk more about that, you have Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn also. If we kind of zoom out like that, you can see the row of planets, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, fantastic views with them, of course. What's really neat is you'll see the moon on Sunday. This is Sunday evening. Look for the crescent moon getting closer to Saturn. Again, this is Sunday, December 25th, on Christmas Day. This will be on Christmas Day's evening time. So once it gets dark, look for that beautiful crescent moon in the constellation Capricornus, the sea goat, and you'll see Saturn, this yellow bright dot, way above, far above the moon in the evening skies. By next week, Monday, December 26th, the moon and Saturn will be close together in the evening skies. A beautiful, beautiful pairing. Again, this is Monday, December 26th, with a crescent moon and Saturn together in the skies. It's really, really beautiful. If we go, let me see, if we go back a little bit and I go to sunset, you'll see a triangle shape. Now, this is more of a challenge because it's low in the southwest. This is on Christmas Eve, December 24th. After sunsets, there's a small, tiny window of time as this trio of worlds, Mercury, a very whisker-thin crescent moon, and Venus are hanging in the low southwestern skies, sinking, closing in on the sun. And if you've got a good vantage point, a good view towards the southwest, you'll be able to see this trio. It's really spectacular, beautiful through binoculars. Highly recommend the view. This is similar to what you might see in a wide pair of binoculars, something like that. There's Mercury, there's Venus, and there's the crescent moon. How cool is that? Again, this is Christmas Eve. So mark that out on your calendar. And if you have a good clear view towards the low southwestern horizon, this is something really nice in store for you. So check that out. Now, if you're interested in more sky watching stuff, I invite you to check out my book, new book, actually old book, is Backyard Guide to the Night Sky. It's a bestseller. It was published in 2019 by National Geographic, and it's considered a bestseller amongst stargazers, thanks to folks like you. It's a great book if you want to just get involved in sky watching, or you're maybe looking to rekindle your interest. And it has lots of sky maps and detailed sky charts for finding galaxies, nebula, star clusters, all that stuff. Really good. How to choose binoculars and telescopes if you're just entering into the hobby. Really good stuff. Now, if you're more adventurous, then you might be interested in my Stargazers Atlas. This was published just a couple of months ago by National Geographic, and it's a comprehensive atlas of all 88 constellations visible in both northern and southern hemisphere, with detailed dives into each constellation of what you can see in terms of deep sky objects, its mythology, cultural references. And again, available wherever books are sold. I'm the lead author on this book, and we also cover astrotourism, astroarchaeology, lots of really cool stuff. It's very comprehensive, and it's a big book, 6.5 pounds of book there, that's for sure. So I want to wish all of you happy holidays. I'll be on air during the holiday time over the next couple of weeks, but those of you that are celebrating, I wish you all the best health and happiness. And of course, for the upcoming new year, there'll be shows going throughout the holiday season. I'll be posting stuff on my website, thenightskyguy.com as well. And show your support. I'd love to see you subscribe to my channel, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. I'd love to see you as my stargazing friend, and we can enjoy exploring the cosmos together. So that's it for this week. I hope to see you next week on my next The Night Sky This Week show. I am Andrew Fazekas, the Night Sky Guy, and I wish all of you, of course, clear skies for this week. See you next time. Bye-bye.